Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as you know, on this channel I'll show you how to do t-shirt printing and how to stickers or car stickers or anything. So today I want to do something different, and I want to relate this video to the video that I uploaded last year where I show you how to convert an EPSON inkjet printer into a sublimation printer. So that video was incomplete, and then a lot of comments that you sent were like, how did you do this, like how does it work or something like that. But I didn't have enough time to do that video because that time I was busy working. Up until now, like I'm still working. I'm doing these tutorials part-time, but I'll try to make my best so that I can give you like weekly content. So if you are new to this channel, please subscribe, as I'm going to be doing a lot of videos like this, and I want to do other things like visiting my suppliers, ask them some questions so that I can also like upload those kind of videos here on this YouTube channel. So if you are new on this channel, please subscribe. There's still more content coming, and it is more interesting than what I'm doing now. So the first thing that I want to show you, or the first thing that I want to talk about, is to how to convert the EPSON printer to a sublimation printer. So the first thing that you need to know, after you just bought the EPSON printer, you'll have to throw away the ink that it came up with. So that ink is meant to print papers, not fabric. So you have to visit your supplier where you usually buy your printing material, and then they'll provide you with a fabric ink that works also on the inkjet print. So the first thing that you need to notice here is that the inkjet printer uses liquid ink. So the liquid ink that you need to use is like a ink that is water resistant, or maybe if after you printed a certain t-shirt, that ink shouldn't go away after a wash. So it should stay in, and then it shouldn't maybe damage the t-shirt. So what do I have here? Here is my inkjet printer. It's the inkjet printer L3250. It uses Wi-Fi to connect, but you can also use a cable. Also here I have my fabric ink that I'm using to print my t-shirts. So just before you start printing or start doing anything, or maybe you've already used the ink that the printer came up with when you bought it, you'll have to suck it out of these things. So when you open here, this is where the tanks, this is where you refill the tanks, but you'll have to open and then make sure that you suck out all the ink, and then all the ink that was inside the pipes inside the printer, and then start using that one. So after you've done that, you are free to go. You can print your t-shirt without being worried of anything. So but if you bought it and then you haven't started doing anything, you haven't put it ink inside there, you should just immediately go in, throw the fabric ink, so that can work nice. So that is the only thing that you need to know about turning this inkjet printer into sublimation printer. Just to substitute the ink, and then that will start printing your t-shirts. So today I'm going to be using this inkjet printer. I want to show you how to use it, or how to print with the inkjet printer. So using the inkjet printer is more related to doing stickers, but in a different, so it is more related on doing stickers, but in a certain different way, because now you'll be using a heat press machine on the same thing. So to start with this, I'm just gonna go to few steps that I once step to, because I once did a video related to sticker printing, but I'll just remind you how to do it, and then I'll do a printout on the inkjet printer so that I can show you how does it work, and how am I going to print a t-shirt using this machine. But I'll cut the video after I've printed the sheet that I'm going to use to print, because there is also a sublimation sheet involved here. But I'll cut the video so that I can have a part 2, because it's going to be very long. So the first thing that you need to do is to get what you want to print. So you all know this route now. You just need to import a file. So I have this here, I have Kakashi here, so I will be printing Kakashi on my t-shirt. So I just want to show you how is that going to work. So first thing that you need to notice, guys, if like you have an A4 sheet like this, and then also your inkjet printer is printing A4 pages, you must just make sure that inside here, inside this A4 sheet here, Kakashi shouldn't so the cartoon that is here is named Kakashi shouldn't fit in to the A4 like this, because if it does fit up like this, then the machine, your cutting machine, your vinyl cutter machine, is going to eject it, and then after it ejects it, you have to reprint a new sublimation sheet. So you have to make it a little bit smaller. So A4, you have to make this around A5. So I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. I think it's small enough now. So yeah, so this is a good size. So then now you'll have to trace it, obviously. So you know how to trace. I've already done videos. If maybe you don't know how to trace, you have to go back and watch my previous videos that I've already uploaded, that where I'm talking about tracing. So after tracing, you'll say apply, and then the other thing is that now you need the outline. So outline is what you see here, the blue line. So the contour line, you can see that it's a little bit far from this object, which is a picture. So as it is far, it leaves there a white mark. So this blue line here is where your vinyl cutter blade will cut. You can make this thing a little bit wider, or you can make it a little bit close to the object. So this is where you do it. So this is the outline. So outline, you make it a little bit closer, or you make it a little bit far. So I am fine with this. I think this is good for me because the vinyl cutter is not always accurate, so it might cut some parts of your picture. So that just to avoid that, I have to make it a little bit far from what I want to cut, and then I'll say accept. So after accepting, then you come up with this. So as you can see, there is it, everything is visible. So the next thing that you are going to do is to print this. But when you're printing this, it's going to be different, like from printing like a normal paper, like you go into Word and then you print out a paper. It's going to be a little bit different here. So we just need some marks here where our blade is going to cut. So in order for us to get those marks, we are still going to go back to this able, and then we're going to say to this cut wizard, we call that able a cut wizard. But just make sure that here is your vinyl cutter, not your inkjet printer. This your EPSON shouldn't be here. Your vinyl cutter should be here. Remember, at this stage, both your EPSON and your vinyl cutter are connected to the computer, so that you don't miss out here. So after this, as you can see there, I've already got my marks over there. So the most important thing that you need to notice when you open this is that these two marks down here must be a little bit far from this edge, but these ones can be close to that edge. The reason why this one needs to be a little bit far from this edge is because that if maybe they are close here, the vinyl cutter is going to eject the page. But if they are a little bit far, then the vinyl cutter is going to cut nicely. This is the reason why I said that the object should be a little bit smaller, not to fit the A4 size. So hopefully this one is not going to be ejected from the vinyl cutter. So here we're going to say print PDF, but before you print, you have to make sure that all these four corners are visible. So you're going to say print PDF, and then it's just going to give you that, but you're just going to say okay, fine, go print my PDF. After you've pressed print PDF, this is what you're going to appear with. So what is here now is it's more like PDF version of what was being showed on SignMaster. So this PDF version is going to be directly sent to your PDF viewer. So my PDF viewer is Adobe PDF viewer. So this is what's going to happen now. You have to print this. So you know how to print using your PDF viewer. So I'm just going to print here, press print, and then you can see there is my EPSON over there. And then I said print. So it's printing now. So this is what I came up with. So now I am going to cut this. Just remember guys, this is not a normal paper, this is a sublimation printer. This is a sublimation transfer sheet. I'm going to show you a difference between the sublimation transfer sheet and the normal paper. So this is what I'm going to be cutting on my vinyl cutter now. So those 4 points that you see over there, that's where my vinyl blade is going to be cutting. And then the first point where you see that there is a dot next to it, I think it's just there on the far left corner, that's where the vinyl cutter blade should start cutting. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll end this video here. So part 2 of this video will follow, which will include the cutting of the transfer sheet, the sublimation transfer sheet, and the use of the vinyl cutter machine and the heat press machine. So part 2 will be uploaded before the end of the week, so please stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and click on the notification bell so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. So there is a series of new videos that are going to come that I'm preparing, where I'll be visiting my suppliers so that they can show what kind of material they sell, what kind of service they provide. Please subscribe. Bye.